Over the last few weeks, we've been speaking to our customers across the globe that really represent Fortune 500 companies, and one third have already been asked to cut their budgets for 2023. All of you, myself included, are in the thick of annual planning. There's pressure from the C level, from finance, and from the board to re examine those budgets. And while many of you have been asked to cut, I'm here to share that that's not the only option. And I'm happy to say that I get to increase budget next year. There's a way to use insights to show the board that cutting your budget will not only harm your business in the short term, the impact of it in the long term is really substantial. So let's start with a story. I'm going to talk about a CMO named Sarah. Sarah is a CMO at a technology company in the US. Her team has been doing well this year. Their marketing campaigns are delivering to scale. They've forecasted that the impact of their programs in 2023 alone will be higher than 500 million. That's a huge ROI on how much their overall marketing plan will be. But in June, Sarah, like a few of our other friends across the globe, were asked to cut their H2 budget. Some CFOs knew that the recession was going to hit sooner rather than later, and she had to cut her budget by 30%. And as you'd expect, Sarah, like much of ourselves, would be upset but needed to act quickly. She knew that this wasn't a decision that she could make on her own and had to really bring her entire leadership team together to one, alert them about the ask, but also figure out what they were going to do next. They all had a similar exercise in March of 2020 when we knew that COVID was going to be a much larger impact than we thought it was going to initially be. The entire team felt somber on that call. But Michael, who's the VP of Data and Analytics, turned to the group and said, I have an idea. I don't think we need to cut, but we need to prove to our CFO that there is more impact that we'll feel if we cut our budget than if we don't cut our budget. For the past 4 years since Michael joined the company and the team, he's been working very hard to create the right technology, models, and intelligence that have allowed his peers to create that amazing success. They were projected to deliver amazing results at the end of this year and had delivered great results in the last 2 years. This isn't Michael's first rodeo. Last time he encountered a recession was in 08-09. He held a marketing role at a large global bank. What he planned on doing and what he said to his team was, we're going to go through a couple of different scenarios, and we're going to use the data that we've got from the last few years and partner with our analytics provider to make sure we're using data from 08-09 and prior to that as well. He wanted to test and plan a couple of scenarios and potential outcomes that would happen if they had to measure what they could control and what they couldn't control. Incorporating things like supply chain or inflation into your scenario planning will really help in understanding what that holistic view is and what the impact of your marketing plan is on the entire business. He offered his team that he would build out 3 different scenarios and would come back with a recommendation that they could bring to their CFO.